Hi everyone. Today I'm with another topic called enuresis or bedwetting. So let's see its definition. It refers to repetitive, inappropriate, and involuntary passage of urine. Repetitive, which occurs again and again. Inappropriate, which is not appropriate for his or her age. And involuntary, not doing it voluntarily, unknowingly. So passing urine into one's own clothing or to bed, and that too after the age of 5 years. And this can also be called bedwetting. Okay, so let's see the criteria. So usually the child trains to control the bladder between 1.5 to 3 years, and this process is usually called toilet training. And so in order to diagnose enuresis, there must be certain criteria. So the child should be 5 years of age, must have crossed 5 years of age, and they must be bedwetting for 2 to 3 times in a week, and this must continue for at least 3 months. Then you can say that the child is having a problem of enuresis and needs consultation. Okay, then let's see the types. So there are two types: primary and secondary enuresis. So the primary enuresis, the child had never had a control over their bladder, have not developed controlling the bladder, and child has not stopped bedwetting yet. Okay, then secondary enuresis, there the child has achieved the ability to control the bladder, was capable of controlling the bladder, and all of a sudden the child develops bedwetting in a later stage. And before that the child was perfectly normal, and this may be due to various reasons, maybe a birth of a sibling, or maybe a problem in the family, a problem in the school, or any such problem. Some emotional problem may be reason for that. So let's see the etiological factors. So etiological factors include genetic factors, then psychological factors such as school phobia, then separation from the parents may be reason, severe punishments, then parental rejection, and excessive anxiety may be a problem, family conflicts may be a problem, death of a parent. All these are causing some psychological problems or psychological stress to the emotional problems to the child, maybe that may contribute to enuresis. Some organic causes, some problems in the organ system. So there may be some urinary tract obstructions, or urinary tract infections, or epilepsy may be a reason for bedwetting. Then weaker muscles of the bladder may be a reason. Then diabetes mellitus, where there may be an increased production of urine, and there may be increased frequency of urine, juvenile diabetes, so that may be a reason. So these are apart from that, there is faulty toilet training by the parents may be a reason. So there is very delayed toilet training may be one of the reason, or very forced very strict toilet training, or very relaxed toilet training. So these may be problems. So these were the etiological factors. Then coming to the treatment, so here some of the cases, they, if it is not severe, then it may resolve by increasing age. And the treatment may include pharmacotherapy, behavior therapy, and counseling the family members. So pharmacotherapy is avoided to some extent. So the ways that drugs such as imipramine can be given at bedtime. Then drugs must be avoided mostly if the child is below 6 years. And the other interventions such as behavior therapy, changing the behaviors of the child, changing the habits of the child, changing the urination patterns of the child, urination habits of the child. So and drinking habits. Okay, all these. So behavior therapy, behavior modification is found to be very effective. Changing the behavior, that is done in behavior therapy. And positive reinforcement such as a toffee or a gift or a praise or a prize can be given for a positive improvement. If the child makes a positive move, an adaptive move, then the child need to be positively reinforced, so that the child will repeat the same positive behavior. So The next is parental counseling. So parents must be counseled for various issues, and if there is an issue of parental neglect, that must be avoided. And parents should take care about the separation from the parents. If the child is separated from the parent, they must make necessary arrangement for that. Then excessive punishments must be avoided. Then if there are any family conflicts, that must be rectified, solved. Then do not scold the child during or for the because of bedwetting. So child should not be scolded for that, and especially in front of others. That lowers or decreases the self-confidence. So to improve the self-confidence is one of the primary responsibility of of the parent. If the child loses self-confidence, there will be an aggravation in the problems of the child. Child will never be able to control this problem. So here, so improve the self-confidence of the child. Appropriate starting of the age, that starting age for training, that must be 2 years of age. The child should be trained from 2 years in toilet training, and it should not be very relaxed. It should not be very strict. So parents must be counseled for all these issues. Then parents must be counseled to train the child, educated to train the child to hold the urine during the daytime. So child must be asked to hold the urine during the daytime and wait for the bladder to get filled. So that improves the bladder, or the capacity of the bladder, the strength of the bladder. Then empty the bladder before going to bed. Okay, so the child can during the daytime the child can hold the urine, and whenever the feels it's full, the child can go and empty the bladder. And especially the child need to empty the bladder just before going to bed, and make the child wake up during the sleep in the middle of the night, and ask the child for emptying the bladder. Okay, then they can pass urine. Okay, and limit giving fluids such as milk, juice, or soup, or water, anything just before 2 hours before going to sleep. So this can avoid excessive urine formation, and it can avoid bedwetting. So the child can be given plenty of fluids during the daytime, and it can be given up to 5 or 6 in the evening, and thereafter we should limit giving plenty of fluids to the child. And these are the methods by which it can be treated or it can be corrected. Okay, and that's all about enuresis or bedwetting. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching.